Let's start off with Sagittarius, fire sign. Okay, Sagittarius. So what do we have for Sagittarius? And to help Sagittarius on their journey, very quick fire reading. I think you look at yourself. When something is slightly out of place, like let's say, and I'm sure that maybe you're thinking, I feel this is subconscious. I don't feel this is like you think about this and that you say, well, I don't do that. And if I do, I'll stop it. I think it's subconscious. So let's say, for instance, you have your hair is like that and you're thinking, it's like you're having somebody judge you for having your hair like that, just a little bit out of place, some outside source. And it's like this unconscious worry. And it's like you put that back and put it neatly. It has to go underneath like that. Not me personally, but that kind of energy. And it's subconscious. So this is what I'm getting for the energies for Sagittarius is this subconscious need to look enough, look perfect, look enough. I have to be enough for people. I have to be enough for these people around me. I get the Hermit card, and the Hermit card is sometimes that can be, I'm happier alone because if this is how this is going to make me feel, I think I'm, having to adjust myself constantly and correct myself constantly because there was some kind of controller or someone around when I was a child or growing up or whatever this was that corrected every small thing that I did because they had issues that they were transferring on to me. So I get the Hermit card, wherever that is for Sagittarius, okay. And I could stop there actually, but I picked out here the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles has got sunflowers all over this image. So I don't just go on the King of Pentacles, this is a female image too. So this could mean the sunflower signifies Sagittarius, and King of Pentacles, this person has got a coin there. This is your secret to actually being not financially wealthy, but actually this is your secret. This belongs to you, that you are aware of this and how people can operate to keep you in line. It's these slight put downs just to keep you in line, which becomes subconscious. Pull your socks up, sit properly, stop talking like that. That's dreadful, talking like that. Pronounce your words properly. And this is making you feel a little bit imperfect, or I'm not good enough. And because you have this knowledge, because this can happen in any background, whether you're wealthy, whether you're poor, whatever background you come from, this can actually affect you. And this is a gift that's been given to you, this knowledge. Maybe I've brought this gift to you to actually be aware of this subconscious thoughts of yours that make you feel as if, because overall that makes you feel as if you're just not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not successful enough. I don't feel as if I actually cut the mustard here. You keep telling me that I need to improve. And so this is what I'm getting for Sagittarius. It's like, this is a gift that I'm giving to you, a knowledge to say, to kind of throw that, that baby out with the bathwater kind of thing, but deliberately. just throw it away. Just say, I'm done with that. I don't care, if I've got a double chin. I don't care if my lipstick is slightly imperfect. I don't care if my glasses are wonky like that. I don't care. It is what it is. I am who I am, and I'm enough. That is enough. I am enough. I don't have to live up to these standards what standards that do not even exist. So I'm going to leave that with you, Sagittarius, because that's going to take you on a different journey. Okay. One more card for you. This is your abracadabra. It's like, oh, abracadabra, that's joining the dots there in the universe there, joining the dots of, if I kind of say that I'm not good enough, people will start to think that I'm not good enough. People will look down on me because they can sense this unconscious bias here. And this is like a wake-up call. It's like, anyway, that's yours. Whatever that means to you, that's from the universe. That's there to help you, Sagittarius. So let's move on to lovely, beautiful cards too. I just adore these cards. Let's move on to Aries. Similar energies to Aries. You're really good at kind of putting yourself at the bottom of the pile. It's everybody else's needs come first. Yeah, that's coming in straight away with Aries. I don't have time. You just listen to Sagittarius. Is it what I don't even have time to look if my hair's not kind of proper. That's not the reason I said that. The reason is, and I can hear you saying, I don't even have time to look in the mirror. I'm just so busy putting everybody else's needs first. And this is the energies I'm getting. That was not the purpose of that last reading. The purpose of that last reading is people telling you that that you need to be aware of these small things because you just you're just not good enough. So anyway, carrying on with Aries, because it's fire sign, fire energy, and this is all through, it's all connected with fire signs, is Aries, oh, I get this like, oh God, how pathetic. I don't even have time to even think that way. If only I had time to, scratch my head and think, what is that? Why did that person do that? This unconscious bias kind of thing. Because you're hiding somebody's shadow here. Because you are hiding somebody here who behaves in that way. You're protecting this person. Although you don't realize it, again, it's unconscious. You are protecting someone that you need for your security. It could be your father, a father figure that you needed for your security growing up, but you don't need that person now. Could be a partner that you need for your security. And this partner, displays these behaviors, but you are protecting this partner. Why would you want to protect someone that is constantly telling you you're just not good enough? You're never going to do that. You're never going to achieve that. Why even bothering doing that? Why do you even want to do that? Why are you always wanting to improve? Are you not happy with what you've got? Are you not happy with me? Are you not satisfied with what I give you? Are you not happy with the way that I deliver you're making me feel as if I'm not good enough for you now. It's like this protection of this darker side of somebody else. And that's why you're saying, as I said at the beginning, I haven't got time to even think about, is my hair in place? But when you look back, it's like, oh yeah, that person did tell me that my hair was just slightly out of place. That person did tell me to not worry about being obese. That person did tell me that, all you're thinking about is yourself when you've got me to think about. Um, that person did actually, why am I not good enough for you? Why do you have to strive to meet your own goals? What are you thinking about being separate from me, kind of thing? So I get this page of cups here. Page of cups is also child, the child within you. So this could have happened in your childhood. Somebody chipped away at and this comes to when there's broken marriages and there's new partners, and suddenly they have a child with this new partner, and then you feel as if you don't belong, and then you start to feel, you may have even been very young. You may have even been about 3, 5, 8 years old, and suddenly you've got a sibling, a half sibling, and then you feel like you don't belong in that situation. There's that, okay, and it's like never feeling enough. As a child, as a child, you don't understand these things. As a child, you don't understand that, okay, I didn't feel I belonged to that. I never felt that I was good enough. There was always chipping away at my confidence, just to remind me that I'm just do not belong in this. So this is what you are protecting. You are protecting that this never existed because you need, sorry about the light. I don't know why it does that. You need this person. If I come back a bit, you need this person or you needed this person for your security. So this is also your darker side because you're enabling this, and you may enable this towards your own future. You may enable this person, whoever this is, or even choose a partner like this and feel like, well, okay, this person does make me feel like this is the norm, but it's like you're protecting something that you're used to in your childhood years. So that's what I'm getting here. Gosh, this feels like a therapy session, doesn't it? Um, so you're protecting someone, whether that's a stepfather, stepmother, your father, or you're protecting your partner because you've chosen a partner like that now. Um, Whoever this is, I do get the Queen of Swords. And it's saying here with this Aries, it's time to be more like the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is, a Queen of Swords is like a legal person. Um, because I get like this indoctrination of, you are my helper, you are the person that's going to help me with mundane things and to help me, and I'm going to drain your energy, kind of thing here. So we're moving on to, I feel like I'm fighting this now. I feel like I'm fighting this shadow, that I'm accepting that this is who I am and I'm just not good enough, and I should be grateful. I should be grateful for having this father. I should be grateful for having this stepmother. I should be grateful for having this partner who does that. Um, so I get all these eyes here. And the Nine of Swords is like, it feels like these people are watching you, your every move here. And this is where this comes in. It's like from a child, it's like watching your every move, that you have to be this perfection to fit in with this, but you never felt good enough. Like the naked lady there, it's like you felt there, you felt, naked. That people were watching your every move to make sure you just get it right. You have to just get this right. If you don't get this right, you don't receive the love that you deserve. In fact, you're not even lovable. You're not even lovable because, here you are putting yourself out there because you are a child. And even as an adult, people are watching you to make sure that you stay in line. You stay in line because we're watching you. But I get with this could actually be the Queen of Swords that is watching you to stay in line. It's also ownership. It's also ownership. So if you step slightly out of line and become like the Queen of Swords, who is a lawyer, solicitor, somebody who is very discerning, sticks with the rules. We don't do that because that's leaning towards this, and we don't do that because that's leaning towards that excess, and that's leading towards lack. So we're staying in the middle here. And this is where you're sitting, and it's like that you give yourself your own therapy session. It's like saying, I am not going to be so kind of giving and selfless like that because that's depleting me. So I'm going to stay in the middle here. I am not going to overextend myself by taking too much. So it's like you're trying to follow this line here. And not only that, it's like a tightrope, and it feels like you're very trained to walk this tightrope because you've had to do it as a child. Um, and yeah, I think this is great. It's great news for Aries because I get like you with these plaits touching the ground here, this hair. I mean, you are reaching the pinnacle you want to achieve. You want to do well in life. You want to head and shoulders above. And with this mindset, there is a possibility that you can start to achieve, but to stay and remain grounded. Okay. And and this could be the start of you. Well, I am good enough. I am good enough. That was their issues. I was pushed to one side because that person didn't feel they had the energy to give to me because they had to give to a younger child, and I didn't feel good enough. It could be you're from a very large family and you're the eldest child or the second to the eldest or the third to the eldest. You know, and each child came along, you were pushed aside, you were made to feel like you were not good enough, you didn't deserve the love because the love was now given to selfishly. Some parents have child after child after child because they need something to, it's like they're addicted to the love of a baby, the hormones that the oxytocin. You can actually get addicted to the oxytocin of the love of a baby, having a baby, carrying a baby, loving a baby, which is beautiful. It's absolutely a beautiful thing. But you can get um, you can get addicted to that dopamine rush. So, having baby after baby after baby, and then as the child grows older, it's like that's it, the child actually now gets pushed to one side because I don't have the energy for that child because I'm giving my love and the baby is responding to my love. And it's a similar thing to when people get dogs for the same reason, dogs and cats. And I'm not saying that humans are not like dogs and cats. It's like when they're a puppy and they're so loving and they're so attentive and they're so cute. And then as they get older, they get put into, sent back to the kennels and just left outside and not given the love as they were as a puppy. And that puppy's all messed up now psychologically. So it's similar to that. So this also can be going on in your world, Aries, that you be wary of that too, because if that's something you've grown up with, you could actually be extending that to your own child or own children in the future, or your children that are around you now. That you know, this generational curse here of, okay, my mother had another child and I got neglected and I got pushed out. My father remarried and there was a stepmother, or my mother remarried and there was a stepfather and I got pushed out. Um, all of these instances can actually be a generational curse that you do that with your own children, whether they're your children or not. And you may actually treat the stepchildren like that if you remarry. It's like, okay, I got treated like that, and you get pushed out too. So be aware of that. Be aware of that, that, you know, a second marriage, that an elder child is not getting pushed out here. So I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. So Aries, very kind of important message for you. And I don't know how you're going to take that and how you're going to use it, but this is to help you on your journey. One more card. Let's pull out a oracle card. Let's pull out an oracle card. My dear friend, and this is my dear friend, my dear friend. Yeah, I was thinking about this today. I had a really good friend. I've lost touch with this really good friend now. And looking back, she actually taught me a great deal. Um, she taught me to actually, I mean, it's going back years now, but not just like a year ago. This is, I feel it was part of my journey to meet this friend. She thought out of the box, you know. She would talk about, yeah, I was so young, 19, and she was talking about apartheid in Africa, how terrible that is. Very current on the news as well at the time. And not just thinking about the UK and Britain and what's around us, you know. It was very much overseas thinking, you know, it's terrible about apartheid and the way they treat these, you know, the whites have tracked black Africans, and it goes back generations. I mean, she was thinking like this even at that age, and even traveling to Africa, and also she got me very interested in travel and being interested in other cultures and outside of the box. And I was thinking about that today, how this dear friend, it's funny how you meet somebody in life, how a dear friend can actually make you see that you can actually think out of the box. Whoever that may be, whoever that may be, my dear friend, could be a friend of yours, that's been put onto your path to help you on your journey, to make you realize there's more out there. You can achieve so much with the right kind of mindset. Those people are not around you anymore. Those people were back then, and it's like saying, well, I forgive those people for indoctrinating that upon me. I forgive that person, but their that was their kind of way of thinking, and not mine, and not mine. And it's funny how people do come into your life and and take you down a road so far to see, look, there's more out there. There's more out there than this kind of prison, you know, prison. And in fact, I think my friend used to even talk like this. She would say, you know, it's more outside than actually being in this prison, you know. I'm not saying marriage or anything like that, but yeah, very kind of, and I think her mother was from another culture too, so maybe she got that from her mother. She wasn't British, so maybe she taught her how to look, there's a world out there. It's not just, and taught her how beautiful this country her mother came from and other places. So actually I love travel. I love culture and I'm talking about myself now, but it's very relative to this. Um, but I do see where I actually was taken down that road. I also do see too, because I've been through, you're not good enough, by ex-partners and um family maybe as well, that you're not good enough, you need to lose weight, you're too, the slightest little inch telling you about it, and it's just indoctrinates to you that you're just not good enough for me, you're just not good enough, you're just not good enough, and it's just keep you beneath them. But they kind of realize that. But this dear friend, this dear friend in your life, I feel is going to come in, or is if this dear friend is in, and she is so thinks out of the box. I'm getting a J.K. Rowling kind of person. Has been through hell and high water, written book after book after book before it got accepted, but kept on that journey until she actually made it and become successful. I mean, she just didn't write one book and then that became successful. This was refused a number of times by publishers before she actually made it. So I get, this person will help you think out of the box, my dear friend. You may say, wow, and you never forget people like that. You never forget people like that who come into your life and you look back and you look at your life and you look back at a friend. I remember that friend and I remember how that person took me down a road of completely looking out of my situation. So that's what I'm getting for Aries. Let's move on to Leo. And people often say, "Oh, why are you like the way you are?" I never even asked that of my friend. I just thought she was, she actually, I just thought she was, that's who she was, that's who she was. I didn't say, what made you like this? What's made you like this person? What has developed you into this person? Because obviously it's the education she got from her parents and they passed it on to her and she passed that on to me. And it's like an accumulation and your parents, my parents, passed things on to me. Um and but I feel there's a lot of negativity in my particular upbringing that made me feel as if you know, but that again, that's a generational curse. It's like from a working class background, and you'll never do well. You'll never get there. You'll keep kind of crying at the, into your uh, bottom of your ale glass, and you'll never get there. Just keep dreaming, and it'll never. It's that kind of energy. Anyways, this is where Aries, sorry, continuing with Aries here, this is where you are going to start to build your future because of this realization. Okay. Wow, that was powerful. Looking up at Leo, let people be. I think this is your downfall. There's too much prejudging here. I can hear that. No way do I prejudge people. No way am I like that. I feel when you prejudge and you don't accept people's flaws, mistakes that they've made, people in life, in life, people make mistakes. They make mistakes, and they have flaws. People have flaws, and that's just being human. That is just being human. Some mistakes are bigger than other mistakes. And this is where forgiveness comes in, depending what mistake that was, obviously. But I'm not talking about big mistakes. I'm not talking about being incarcerated, prison, or anything like that. I'm talking about people possibly being in an unhappy marriage, um, not being in a marriage for love, and leaving that marriage, and and you saying things like, that was ridiculous that you did that because you gave something up there that was just, I mean, that again, that's prejudging. That's prejudging people. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And and I hear you saying that I don't do that, but I think there is some of this energy around you. Um, and I feel that I don't feel you're ready to learn that yet. I don't feel that you're at a wise, mature time in your life that I think it may take you to actually do that same mistake as this other person in a different kind of way to kind of realize how I can see now how that can happen, how that can arise, how that can lead to somebody looking as if they've made a mistake when it really wasn't a mistake. There's so many different kind of facets here to understand, and and it takes it. I think this is what's. I'm not saying that you're going to have a mistake here or you're going to make a mistake. What I'm saying is you're already making a mistake. You're already making a mistake by prejudging people. People have their flaws. People, that's what makes people human. Um, People go through tragic times and uh, horrible marriages or horrible situations, but they keep it hidden because they don't want everybody and sundry to know their business. So, and then, because they don't talk about that side behind closed doors, you kind of prejudge. And instead of prejudging, why don't you think, okay, this person is withholding information here. It's either that this just person just left and it just went, that's so selfish of them, or it could be that they're not even saying why they left. They're not even saying why this relationship dissolved. They're keeping it all under wraps. And I'm just prejudging that, well, I met that person. That person was so friendly, so nice. I didn't see a problem. But people are like that in strangers' company, that they want attention and they put on their best show. But behind closed doors, it's a different story. So I do get this, and I feel this is, and you may say, well, why doesn't that person just speak up and tell us all about their story? Because they don't want to. They don't want to sit there and tell you all about the story, the backstory. Why should they? Why should they have to tell you about a backstory? So I get here. I don't feel you deliberately do it, but it's none of your business. That's what's coming through here. It's none of your business to say, I just wouldn't leave somebody like that, or I just wouldn't walk away like that without trying. You don't know that person's already tried tenfold to make that work. You don't know that. So I have a big message for Leo, and it is a tough message to kind of stop this pre kind of judging people. because that's what makes people human. That's what makes people sit down and write a book, because they don't want to talk about it, but they're all right. They're much better at writing it down as like a cathartic experience or exercise, to actually write it down, and then you get a bestseller kind of thing. This is how writers use their emotions and their experiences to write books and write music and lyrics to music, because they are private people. So, this is what makes people human. So let's pull out some cards here. I think this is tough love for Leo. It's like, well, I wouldn't have let that person go. I didn't think there was anything much wrong with them. Um, the Two of Swords is dilemmas. And I think this dilemma is, I've said too much. I've said too much, I have assumed too much. And this dilemma is either to say I'm sorry, or this dilemma is either to say I got that wrong. This dilemma is that you may be going through the same experience that you prejudged previously, but that's your karma. The universe is always watching over you. And I get tradition. The tradition, it's not always about tradition. Life isn't about all neat corners and um, we do it this way and we stick with it. That's not what life's about. Life's about people having their own experiences. And I get the world card, and this is going to make you very worldly wise with the world card. People, sometimes situations do not stick to tradition, and this is your lesson, is there is no tradition. People just live their lives. And I get this child energy here, as I did with Aries, very childish, very, it's your image as a child. I think again, you may have not had, um, you may have been deprived of a father, you may have been deprived of family, you may have been deprived of a very structured, tailored kind of traditional family, and you've always craved that. You've always craved a traditional, loving family. And this is what you are projecting out there. It's like, this is what I've got. And then prejudging people because they're not in that traditional role. But in reality, you felt deprived of that as a kid, but you're now lashing out at other adults that actually also make mistakes in that way. But now it's your turn, I feel. I feel this is coming up for you. It's your turn to experience that, life is not so perfect, and people have flaws and they make mistakes. And this is the way you're going to learn to, when somebody says, um, somebody says like, oh, I'm separated, we're going through divorce, or um, I don't talk to that person because I don't talk to that person, I've distanced myself. You may actually realize that there's more to it than just those few words, because you're going to experience that yourself. You've not, what this is saying, you've not gone through a lot of life experiences to prejudge people like that. Or you may have prejudged people like that because you want everything to be so perfect, because you were deprived as a child, that you want all to tick all the boxes, but you're realizing that life isn't like that. It's not perfect, and it is what it is. That's why people write these bestseller. That's why people write scripts for movies. That's why people, cathartically write music lyrics. I'm going to leave it there. For you, Leo, okay. Getting water signs, water. So let's have a look at Cancer. Cancer, let's pull up on Cancer, water sign, Cancer. Cancer, water sign, on Cancer, water sign, Cancer. I get, and I don't want to, it sounds like I'm having a go at people, but this is distancing, but not distancing from you distancing. It's people distancing from you. And it's because of the King of Wands. So it could be the King of Wands, a fire sign, that's actually distancing themselves from you. This could be a potential partner. It could be your husband. It could be someone around you that's actually distancing themselves from you. Or people could be distancing themselves away from you because of this person, and you're wondering why are you not visiting? Why are you not why don't we see you so often? And why don't you visit? It's because of this person around you. Or it could be, that's what I'm saying, it's not necessarily so. And I see you feeling a little bit alone because of this. I don't think it's a deliberate um, ostracizing. It's not deliberate ostracizing. It's just people feel a bit uncomfortable with being either the questioning or the discussions when they do come to you. Um, I get the King of Cups is it's also strange because King of Cups is moving, also movement. This could be you because it's a female King of Cups. That could be you. So there's two people here, and I do get the distancing, but they're distancing from you because of these two people, which is you and somebody else. Okay. Or this person could be distancing from you and you feeling quite lonely because of that. Okay. Um, but it could even be in a marriage in this person. It's like they come home, they get directly to another room, in an office or in the man cave or bedroom, and it's like, and then they sleep in a separate room. That kind of, and you actually feel quite alone. There is a lot of history between you and this person, the Six of Cups. So you could be staying in a situation because you have a lot of years in history, but you also feel foolish. So you've got your own secrets here that, this is what's happening behind my closed doors. And you feel kind of, again, you feel foolish because you're allowing this to happen. And it's like you're enabling this to happen. You're not the type of person to question this. And it's like, oh, some of you maybe, what the hell are you doing? We never speak. You just go into another room and or if it's family, why don't you visit anymore? Or why are you avoiding? Why, you may not have even invited these people. So because you've not invited, I get entitlement. It's either you or this other person feels that they don't feel that they should have to, they see you, or the other person sees these other people beneath them. There's little bit of narcissism here, like an entitlement. Why should we put ourselves out to give this great big gesture of an invitation when you're beneath us? We don't invite people that are beneath us. So we just expect you to invite yourselves and just turn up. So there is this narcissism. It's like if we invite you, that means that we're admitting that you are special. You are special to us, and that we need your company and we need your love. But if we do not invite you, because we're so entitled that you should be the ones that actually say, we'd like to come and visit you, or we would like to do things with you. Is it okay if we plan something? There's a bit of narcissism here. It's like they're stopping themselves from actually extending out to they are, you are. It could be because of the other person that it's like they're so arrogant that no, I'm not going to invite them, kind of thing. And this is affecting you, but you're going along with it because it's like you've always gone along with it. Because I see you with this Seven of Pentacles, a lot of history, a lot of building a life up with this person. So I'll just go along with I'm going to go along with I'm going to go along with that. I'm going to go along with that. And the Ace of Swords is power. It's all about power. There's no way that we're going to invite somebody who's less than us. Why would we do that? And then I get you saying they're not less than us. Why? Well, I don't see you saying that outright. I just feel this energy of narcissism, entitlement, and arrogance of we're far too superior to do that. And you thinking to yourself without saying anything, you keep saying, I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to go with that. Because then I get this, which is the Ace of Swords, which is power. It's power. If you look at that face there, it's like all kind of arrogance in a way. Are no way, no way. If I pull myself right down here and invite these people, then that makes it look as if they're important to us and they're not. So this is what's hidden the Moon card. This is why you're sitting there on your own because of this. And this is why you feel lonely because of this. Nobody talks about this. It's an elephant in the room. You allow and enable this elephant in the room. You've got so much history and investment into this. You've put so much into whatever this is that you're not even going to broach this subject. Yet people are keeping away from you. So I'm going to leave it there. I'll actually pull out another card, which is you would go to the moon and back for this person. That's the final card. You would go to the moon and back for this person. So this person knows this. They know. They feel that you made them feel when you met them, whether you met them last week or a year ago or 30 years ago, 40 years ago. They made you feel as if you had really landed on your feet and that you're the one that's so lucky to be with them. And that's continued. and that makes you work harder. That makes you give up people in your life because, this person could say, I can't stand your mother. In fact, if I have to spend another hour with your mother, I am going to do something. So then you don't see your mother because it's like you want to make this person happy. Or it could be anyone. It could be anyone. And it's like we are not going to invite these people, and it could be your family. We're not going to invite these people because I am above, head and shoulders above them, and I am head and shoulders above you. And how dare you make me drop that low to make them feel so special to actually go out and invite them. I'm going to leave it there. That may not resonate with you, but whoever I'm reaching out to that's why you're sitting there all alone. That's what I'm getting here. That's why you're sitting there all alone. So the next one I'm going to look at is Scorpio, and I know I did a special on Scorpio. I don't know why the light keeps shining on me. Scorpio, I just want to say, just be you. Okay, just be you. You're lovely. You're amazing. You're not less than. You've worked so damn hard. You've tried to prove yourself too. We're going back now to Aries, which is, I know it's fire sign there, but go and have a look. It's quite similar. Um, I get like you are enough. You are special. You should have been a lot more. There should have been a lot more input into you, but that was withheld. And I think you would agree with that. If only you'd have got that input, where could you be? I think sky's the limit. I think you could have been anyone. And and I get here that you are going, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how old you are, I think you are going to start to look at what can I do here? Um, and to keep going and building on you and your calling and your yeah, I do get a calling here, like a therapist calling or something like that. It's like I could do that. I could help people, I could counsel people. I get like a therapist kind of thing in your own right, like a professional. Um, the Ten of Swords is people are stabbing you in the back and sticking knives in you, and this is the problem for you, Scorpion. I think I said that in special that I did, is that they just want to keep you where you are. And I said that. And for you to break out of this box, is going to upset a lot of people. Um, and that's up to you. If you want to go with not upsetting these people by being a different person. And I'm just going to go with I just want to help people, that kind of thing. And then you get like, why on earth would you want to help people? What have they done for you? What have they done for you? What on earth are you talking about here? And this is a heavy burden. I'm so sorry, Scorpio, but I'm still getting that special reading that I did. The Ten of Wands, this is a huge, heavy burden. This is the huge, heavy burden is for you to look after your family, to look after extended family. Your job is to look after us. That's what I get. Your job is to look after us. And I get here, the knives are out for you because you want something different. Wow. And I think you don't want this. And I get the Hermit card. You're spending a lot of time alone. When in fact, you're trying to um, divert away from this energy of like, you're there for us. So you're kind of pulling back a bit. I see you pulling back. here. The Queen of Cups, which is you, which is the water sign. Wow, I love these cards, by the way. The Queen of Cups is the water sign. And you're looking at your childhood too, lots of looking at the way you were brought up, your childhood. Um, this is very much, and I won't go into that, but I get like just that like he was expected just to be there to help others. And you want to get over this obstacle, the chariot. Why was I chosen to stick with tradition? In fact, what have they done for me, kind of thing? The King of Pentacles is financially stable. I think that you are financially stable, but you are financially stable. I think you've got everything you need financially. I think that's not the problem. The problem is the rest of it. It's like not being able to do and be who you want to be and follow your own goals and follow your own calling. And I do get, sorry, wrong way. I get you with this card here, the Eight of Swords is you feel quite trapped. It's like you've been put into this cage, and that's where you're going to stay. That's who you are. We've decided that this is who you are, and you want to break free from that cage. I'm really sorry if this is you, Scorpio. I think you're even trying to, again, there's no need to explain yourself. I think you're trying to say, I could do that. I'm really good at that. And you're trying to explain and validate. And I think this is also what you've done throughout the years is, instead of just doing it and just allowing people to fall in with you and just doing it, you said, well, I could do that. I'm good at that and I could do that. And the thing is that you could do it. You could do it. But as soon as you open your mouth and say to people and trying to get validation from others, as soon as you say, well, I could do that, then you get, now, I don't think you could do that. In fact, when would you have time to do that? And what if this happens? What if that happens? The thing is that you do not need the validation of others because they want to keep you where you are because that benefits them. And you, again, you've put a lot of effort and you've put a lot of investment into a situation. And again, I get people, well, like again, this is in other readings, I get people are watching you. They want to keep you where you are. They're watching you. They don't want you to wander off in your own direction. They're watching you. What I'm getting here for you, Scorpio, but you are the Empress. You are the Empress. You're a very, very, very special lady. I am getting lady, but it could be man. You are the Empress. You are very special, and I think you could prove how special you are. Um, and you could actually do so, so much in your life. And this is what this is saying, okay? And I get this card here, which is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a female energy of the King of Swords. And as you can see, it's about becoming more powerful, becoming more powerful, becoming who you were meant to be. And I get there is this kind of hunger to actually, I could do that. I could do that. I could study for a creative course for writing. I could do that. I could do this. I could do that. I could go on a design course or anything like this. And I get the Empress with the King of Swords. This is going to give you more power. And you see, these people want to keep you in this cage. And I think you're going to go for it. So I get the World card. No, I'm going to go for this. I'm actually, it could even be extra study. You may be thinking about doing a doctorate, you may be thinking about doing a master's degree, you may be thinking about doing a degree in whatever speciality. And I think you're going to go for this because I get the Eight of Wands, which is you are going to fly with this. You are going to fly. Enough is enough with this energy. Um, and there could also be a lover involved here, meeting. I feel once you fly, there comes a lover which is equal to you. Whether you, well, this is saying that's what it's saying. That's what this is saying. Okay, Scorpio. And I think even for some of you, if you are in a relationship or a marriage, you may even be thinking, that person has always stopped me from actually being and doing what I love to do. So that be okay with me. Um, I'm not saying you shouldn't work at your marriage. I feel this is something that you should work at your marriage, but it seems like this is like for this situation, it's like this is like a cage. I'm reading the cards, and that's what the cards are saying. You are going to fly, you are going to be from the Empress, but where does that take you? I think take you to being fulfilled and being what you was always meant to be. And whether that takes you down another road of meeting your soulmate, then be it. Okay. Whether you're single, married, divorced, or whatever you are here. So let's have a look here at what have we done? Cancer, Scorpio. That's amazing, actually. But I wouldn't want anybody to break up relationships or anything like that. But that's what I'm getting. I think people won't understand that. So while I saw that for many years in your situation, but I didn't want to say. Um, so looking at Pisces. Oh, Pisces, this is playing out for you. Again, the Hermit card. So there's a lot of aloneness here with the water signs and actually Pisces. There is this like there's also a lightness of spirit for Pisces. Do you feel as light as a feather? It seems like you're going through a period where it's not so stressful and you feel as light as a feather. But that's maybe because you have a lot of kind of me time or alone time. And some of you are saying, I don't get any me time, alone time. Um, this is great reading, Pisces. The Seven of Cups is, you are the star of the show here. So I think you've done a lot of work. I think you've done a lot of work on maybe your career and study and all that kind of thing that you're able to take the stars out of the sky. You've put a lot of work in your relationships, making sure that you've got the right relationship here, um, or you could be meeting someone. If you're not married or if you're not in a relationship, you could be meeting someone because it's not that you've worked hard for perfection. You've worked hard on evolving and realizing that people have flaws, people make mistakes, and you are very mindful that that's what makes a human being. Um, all the tapestries of who they are. So because of that, it's like, well, you love me for who I am, and this is who I am. And if you don't love me for who I am, that's okay. But I think you are working this out, and you've worked very hard in achieving this. Wow. So we could all take a leaf out of your book, I feel. The sun card is, I feel the sun is shining on you. I think you've learned a lot from others. That's what I get here. I think you may have had friends that have gone through really tricky times and you've emotionally been there for them and you've emotionally been engaged and present with them, and you can see how things can turn out to be in your life if you're not vigilant. And this is what I'm getting here is that you are like a scholar. You're standing on top of these books. You are always educating yourself about life. It's not about academia. This is about life. It's about psychology, philosophy, and you really enjoy studying Pisces on this subject. And this is like, you if you're not doing that now, I think that you may actually say, okay, I'm going to start reading about life and people and reading on psychology, philosophy, and I want to know about people. And I get you reading, I think you have, I get a stack of books here. You're reading about people's lives and maybe that they've even had tragic lives, and you're so engrossed in and learning, well, what made them, lead that. And I get like film stars' biographies and things like that, like learning about their lives and twists and turns and realizing that anyone can, this can be anyone's fate. It's not necessarily their fault that they did not design their lives so strategically. I think also you may have learned from someone that does that. Maybe it's your parent, Pisces, or your parents said you have to get all your, boxes and pigeonholes in the right place and tick all the boxes so you prevent these things. You are in realization that you can't stop these things when they happen. It's life, it's a life's journey, and everybody's journey is different. You can't emulate each other's journey to succeed. Yeah, you can keep out of trouble, you can keep out of law, keep law abiding, be religious, have a faith, and try to keep on a steady road. But sometimes you cannot stop tragedies, and I feel this is your mindset, and you can't get enough of that. You can't get enough of reading about people's lives, biographies. And you're saying, well, I don't do that. I don't read. But I think that you like people's lives. You like to look at old photographs, and you like to know where these people have lived, how they lived, and you're very much person. But I don't feel that yeah, to a certain extent, you're a people pleaser, but not so strongly so. Um, so there is this education, or if you're not doing this, you are thinking about this. Oh wow. And I get here, this brings you harmony. This brings you harmony. And it's like, and I think this is great because if you're that type of person that likes to pick up a book, read about people's journeys, how they got to where they are. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's the Prime Minister, the President of the United States journey, Michelle Obama's journey, Dalai Lama's journey. If you're that type of person that loves to read about people's lives and journeys and how they got from nothing to where they are, then this is helping you. I mean, I must admit, this is something that I should do. I feel that I should read more on people and characters and what made them become who they are. But I feel that this is one of your passions. You love it. You can't get enough of it. Um, But that's what I'm getting for you, Pisces. Not just that. I feel that you just love people and characters and different facets of their characters, and you want to know why, not because of their failures, that you want to know about their life's journey. Yeah. And this is something I love. And I must admit, from this reading this, I think I would benefit from, I think we could all benefit from reading about other people's lives and learning and how it made them a lot wiser. Um, yeah, so one more card for you, Pisces, and let's pull out a card. I'll shuffle this up. This deck here is a this deck here is an oracle deck. These cards are beautiful, so beautiful. So look at that, the card that I pulled out, the journey. It's all about the journey. And you know, it wouldn't surprise me if you weren't thinking about writing a book about a journey, but you love books and you love people's journeys, and you love following people's journeys. The journey, it's all about the journey. With you, Pisces, it's all about the journey, and that's what makes your life so far, or here in this reading, successful, because you understand and you want to understand people and human beings with all their flaws and their foibles and everything. That's what makes people's characters, and you love that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to do earth signs and air signs possibly tomorrow, okay, for you guys, and messages for you tomorrow. Okay, and you take care, and bye for now. Bye bye.